no lie. Resonating, vibes ain't feeling good. Everything but vibrating. I am at peace. I am at peace.
Bam!
He's John Ryan.
Helicopter. He's Jonathan Prince.
And together we are
Brutally Johnest.
Big Up. How are you, mate?
Slick, mate. I'm really happy. I'm going to just crack on with my song because I'm so happy. The sun is shining. The sky is blue. I'm off to meet my boy. I am happy.
Turn it up a bit.
Oh yeah, you know I like my soca in the sunshine.
Soca sunshine time.
It's soca time with Chandelier. Oh mate.
In the morning, in the evening. In the morning, in the evening. In the morning, in the evening.
You can't beat soca music, man. In this weather, you just cannot beat the soca music. Can't do it. Can't do it. Forget all that. I've been listening to a lot of Irish kind of grime and hip hop this week, just because my little cousin's going, listen to this, it's really great. It's not. It's just a lot of angry, young black and white Irish people singing songs about oppression in the ghetto. I'm like, in the ghetto? You're in a farm, mate. It's a farm. Why the cows give you a touchdown?
I feel like I must be getting old, man, because now I remember when I was a kid, I used to listen to hip hop and stuff, and people used to say it was like promoting bad stuff and that it shouldn't be out there and whatever. But now I do feel a little bit. I mean, some of the grime tunes and that are melodical and whatever, but I don't know, man. Too many kids on the street getting stabbed and robbed and stuff. Like it's in the culture and like I don't know, man. I can't really.
What culture is it in?
It's in that grime culture, that trap culture. Do you know what I mean? And
soca, and you got it with soca. Soca, someone's to fight. You go, I'm going to stab you with my big knife, because you'll be looking at my wife. You understand? You can't get angry to soca music, mate. It's not as good. Find me a soca tune. Put the comments in the box. Let me know. But
exactly. So, what was your track, man? I didn't catch what it was called.
Happy by Chandelier.
Chandelier.
Yeah, brilliant, mate. Brilliant. Nice tune. Happy tune. Upbeat. Life on my brain is going back to being in Grenada on the beach with my rum punch. Being told, stop drinking. You're drunk. It's 10 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, oh, son. I said I was jet lagged, but I've been here like 3 weeks at that stage.
As you've mentioned, the Caribbean, man, I've got to put a big shout out there to all Vincentians. So that's anyone who comes from the island of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. They have had their volcano blow. Sorry, I've got something in my eye. Their volcano blew on. So today we are on Saturday, the 17th of September. Their volcano blew on. No, I mean September. What am I going with?
Hey, we're time traveling. We need to be. You know, lockdown's affecting the past. We're having a tough time adjusting.
So today we are on Saturday, the 17th of April, 2021. And on the 9th of April 2021, Le Soufrière volcano blew for the first time since 1979 and has been blowing intermittently since. Pyroclasmic flows, which basically means hot lava coming down the side of the volcano.
Mate, you turn around podcast into a science program.
Mate, I just got to put it out there because I've got family out there, you know, and they're close to the volcano. They've managed to get away, and as far as I know, everybody is safe. But there is an issue with like drinking water, and it blew, and there was a lot of ash that has come down. It looked like snow, and made the roads all. This comes to my track in a second, but there is actually I'll come to it now. There's a track by Burning Spear called Foggy Road, which I think captures, or at least
that's really inappropriate. Foggy road and people can't see for dust.
Well, it sounds like it's inappropriate, but the reason why it's not inappropriate is because I want to give you the lyrics of the track before I play the track, right? The lyrics of the track are: my way is long, but the road is foggy. My way is so long, but the road is foggy, foggy. My head never swells, my heart never leaps, I never have no fear from within. Even though the road is so foggy, I can hardly see. Jaja, be my eyesight. Be with I, Jaja, be with I. Right? And the lyric that I think is most pertinent because some of the people can't be evacuated from the island. Yeah. And the reason why is because they haven't had the vaccine. So some of the cruise ships have said, we won't take you on our ship because you haven't had the vaccine. Now, these people have not had an opportunity to have the vaccine. And if they have had the vaccine, they have to wait a few days for it to kick in before they can get on the boat. My point being, right, people are talking of vaccine passports, not realising the real and the raw of it is, it's not just in our country that will segregate and make, what's the point, discriminate against those who haven't had a chance. There is a volcano, I see videos of people walking away from the volcano, from where they live, to try and get to somewhere of safety.
trap.
Walking, they haven't got a car. You understand?
No.
Like walking in the fog. So it says here in this track, they and them hate I, they and them does fight against I. Some of them judge I wrongfully, but never mind my brother, I will go on. This is the track.
Yes.
And I'll put the link in the comments, man. Please check it out, because especially this version, which I've not previously heard, to be fair, Studio One version, and very, very solemn in the way that it's delivered. And I feel and hope that the inhabitants of St Vincent, not only do they get help, but they have the energy that that Burning Spear has in that song to carry on, even though others are hating against you for absolutely no reason, wrongfully hating against you, maybe because you haven't had a vaccine. You can't get off an island where there's a volcano like actually blowing lava. It's a madness.
But hang on, if you was on a cruise ship, right, and you paid your $3,000 for 1 week around the Caribbean, do you want people getting on with you who are fleeing somewhere and they could be contaminated? They could have the COVID.
I mean, what kind of human are you, man? For me, if there's a volcano blowing, it's not like it's their fault that the volcano's blowing. It's not like it's their fault.
Yeah, but do you want them to bring on a disease onto the ship that you're on, that you've paid your dollars for?
Work something
Or are you
out.
gonna go,
Drop me off in St Thomas or something, bruv. Drop me off somewhere else. Then pick the people up, put them in quarantine. Do you know what I mean? We're human beings, man. We're much better than that.
Hang on.
We're
I
better
like the
than
fact you said drop me off in St Thomas, one of the richest islands in
Do
the
you know what I'm
Caribbean.
saying?
Yeah, just drop me. No, not Jamaica. No. Somewhere else you got? Yeah, St Thomas.
I was just thinking somewhere close, innit? Do you know what I mean?
No, I'll tell you why. Because from experience, I was working on a cruise ship when Haiti earthquake happened, and we were going to go. And we were thinking, well, we're going to dock and help, but they were like, nah. Well, what do you mean? No, we got all this food, got all this opulence. We can even just drop off the food, not pick anyone up. They went, no, it's just too complicated. What, to save lives?
We're talking the same thing. Maybe I don't understand it enough, but we're talking the same thing. And all I can say is there is a GoFundMe link in the comments down here, which is sponsored by the government. So it's definitely not anything dodgy. I know that it's for real. And the commissioner of St Vincent has provided this link to me from me contacting them. So please, if you can spare like a penny, please just send it to them so they can have water. So to explain that now, I want to make this whole podcast about this, but to explain...
Mate, is this your Bob Geldof moment?
No, man, I'm just got to explain. When a volcano blows, there's enough ash comes down. You can't put tarpaulin over your water supply if that's like a canal or a lake or something. That ash will then contaminate your water supply. Therefore, you have nothing to drink or bathe in. So just to get water to them, for beds for the people in the shelters, it is a Caribbean island, so a lot of the shelters are schools. Those schools, being a Caribbean island, are very well ventilated. You can't sit in a school built like it would be in England, or shut off, but because it's well ventilated, the ash gets in. So I'm just saying, it's a terrible time for the people, inhabitants of St Vincent, and if you can spare a second to, even if you haven't got any money, fire positive thoughts their way and hope that all that positivity can come on a wave. Do you know what I mean? But yeah.
Is it a British territory, St Vincent?
I'm not sure if they've got independence. I don't think they have got independence. So yes, it would be a British territory. The Queen put out a message this week, so I'd imagine that it is. But yeah, at the moment, man, they just need like the basics, like basic stuff: food, water, nappies.
It's that Eurocentric view, isn't it? I went to Grenada after the hurricane, and everything was blown to pieces, right? And the ship still docked, and we went around, and like you saw the sports stadium just flat like a pancake, right? And everyone's houses got blown away, and we was driving up around towards Sortes up in the north, and come across this guy. He had a little cage with a little monkey in it, and the passengers were just fascinated with it and said to the driver, stop, and they stopped. We got out. The man just had like some pots and pans, a sheet of tarpaulin, and his cage with a monkey in it. That's what he had. And they were saying it's really cruel to get the monkey in the cage. And the driver said, yeah, but, people keep them as pets and that. And he goes, they said, no, we should set the monkey free, right, And the driver said to the guy, how much to buy your monkey? And the man said, give me $50. So the passengers had a collection and gave the man $50. He opened the cage. The monkey weren't moving. And the driver was going to the passengers. The monkey's getting fed and watered, right? The monkey ain't going back in it, right? Why do you care more about the monkey than you do about the man sitting next to it?
You see it there. You see it. Exactly.
But the British government did give a lot of blue tarpaulin sheets. So from the air, it looked like they all had swimming pools. What are you meant to do with a piece of plastic? It's crazy.
I fully believe, right, that like St. Vincent will get through this. I fully believe that. Like the people are strong, they're clever, like, you know, but also they need help. We can't do this on our own. It's a volcano, you know what I mean? But on a more positive note, just throwing it out there quickly, I heard like a quote recently, quote of the week, right? So the quote is by Marcus Garvey, right? And it is, if you haven't confidence in self, you are twice defeated in the race of life. With confidence, you have won even before you have started.
Wow.
Just putting that out there. So have confidence in yourself, peeps.
I went to Montserrat after the volcano erupted as well. Man, I'm like, it must be me. I must be causing devastation everywhere I go. Yeah, we went, and it was, mate, it was just devastation. Just, people don't understand. When a volcano goes up, it's not like you can stand and watch it and lovely red stuff comes out and Pierce Brosnan says, get in the car, and out drives it. That's not what happens. It blows mud, trees, water, everything. And when you get water mixed with mud and volcanic rock, you get serious concrete. And it takes
exactly.
decades.
So this serious concrete is on people's roofs. The roofs are often made out of this like metal. I can't remember what they call it. But there's
What, corrugated iron sheets?
Yeah.
Aluminium.
Yeah, like and
or for any of your American friends, aluminum.
Aluminum.
The roof is made out of. Like Montserrat, right? 20 years on, well, 25 years on, there's people that still don't build their houses back. It's hard. But you have to understand as well that when the British, the European nations, sort of Africans to these places, they didn't really kind of invest in infrastructure and think about what was going to happen to their descendants. You know, like in America, they've got like storm shelters and all that stuff. In Japan, they build buildings where they kind of vibrate when there's an earthquake. But if you're living in a hut made out of aluminum, mate, you got nothing.
This is it.
Look at you bringing us on that. I started off with soca music.
No. What I was going to say as well there is Montserrat, yeah? You just made me think. Did you know that Montserrat is the only place outside of Ireland where St. Patrick's Day is a national holiday?
I thought it was in Jamaica as well.
I don't think so. But Montserrat's like got big connections with Ireland. I don't really understand.
Emerald Island, they used to call it.
Right, okay.
Yeah. And in fact, I don't know if it's true or not, it's a great story. You know, in Ireland, you have the Catholics and the Protestants always maintain they've got a right to be there and they will not move. They see it as an affront to their loyalism to be even asked to consider moving. Well, the Irish in Montserrat, their descendants are obviously, you know, you've got some Catholics and some Protestants. And one of the last men to leave, is it Soufriere, the hills? I think it's called Soufriere, something like that.
Well, that's funny, because that's the same name as St. Vincent's volcano, Soufriere.
Patrick Murphy or something like that, descended from an orange man. Like, I'm not moving from this mountain. So it's that kind of history in it. Lots of islands in the Caribbean have the same names because they've just got lazy. You run out of European cool names after a while. Call it after a king, a queen, an earl, or a town in the UK, and then after that,
it's raw, man. Because you're absolutely true with that. You're absolutely true. I just want to put some out there, right?
Put it out. Go on.
I am like happily in a lovely relationship. I'm all good, right? But like one thing I realised the other day, if I'd have known when I was younger what I do now, yeah, basically bacon gets the pum pum, bruv. Like bacon gets the pum pum. If I had known that when I was younger, yeah, I might have been going in the club with like a sourdough loaf, you get me? Just like, or like this on my hand, just walking around the club with a freshly baked loaf. Or the gal them like, just looking for the fresh loaf smell, you get me?
Yeah, but women, they don't like the smell of yeast on your fingers, man. That makes them think they've got like some kind of infection.
I don't know, man. You got me thinking then. My first thought then was, does all yeast smell the same?
Where did you get that? Hey, from me. You been there?
We don't know no lie. Resonate.